Week 6 of Endzone. Welcome on in. We'll start out your evening in West Alabama. Pickens County and Gordo, the rivalry of the century. We'll have those full highlights, and you can hear from head coach Gus Smith. Tupelo, the Golden Wave, hosting the Green Wave. A wavy matchup up north. I know, a ton of it. And Moorville looking to stay undefeated. All that and more coming up next.
WCBI Sports Endzone Show is brought to you by Jax, Carl Hogan Toyota, Wade Incorporated, Southern Housing, and Clark Beverage Group.
WCBI's high school football.
It's week 6 of Endzone. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to all of our sponsors, including Jax. The food's great every week, and we really appreciate you. Well, John Sokoloff and Gracie Barra hanging out with you this Friday evening. Grace, while we had so many good games, we had to make sure to highlight our West Alabama teams because not only were a lot of them playing each other this week, but they've all been so good this season. Pickens County and Gordo, I mean, the obvious choice for game of the week here, and I just want to know what you were expecting out of this one. Was it more on the field, on the field narratives or kind of off the field stuff coming with this?
It's a little bit of both. When they're two schools so close to each other, there's people that obviously know each other from both schools, so then you have that off the field stuff. But on the field, Gordo has really been taking home this series, I think, for over a decade now. So I kind of expected the Green Wave to, be doing that. But Pickens County is a school that has been found in the state championship for many of the last years. And, even though they're a 1A school going up against a 3A, anything can happen.
Anything. That's why they play the game. Let's get out to the highlights.
WCBI's high school football game of the week is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota in Columbus.
24 Toyota Camry for our young Cammy. It got him there. It got him back. He loved it. Carl Hogan Toyota, living in the future. And you can too. So go and get yourself one at Carl Hogan Toyota. All right. Pickens County, Gordo. Game of the week.
Doesn't get much better.
It doesn't. We'll start in the first. The give is to Ethan Wilder. He looks to be stopped in the backfield, but shows off the power. Breaking the tackle. Uses his speed to zip by everybody into the end zone, putting the Green Wave up 8-zip after a 2-point conversion. All right, here comes Pickens County, though. Tornadoes looking to respond.
Sliding in for that grab.
MJ Billups to Santonio Jones. They'll convert the 2-point conversion, tying it up at 8. Tensions rising a little bit there. A methodical Green Wave drive ends with Wilder punching it in again, his second score of the night, putting Gordo up 7. And they kept on pounding it on the ground. This time, Christ Javion Lark getting his number called, putting together a tough run before finally being brought down. A few plays later, Gordo kept marching down the field. Jace Neal sneaks it in, extending the lead to 14. The Green Wave kept piling on, Grace, this time through the air. Neal finds Willis Sponville in the end zone. Neal was a safety last year. Now he's quarterback. It doesn't matter. The 2-point conversion good. Gordo up 30-8 at the half. They end up winning this one 52-8.
It's great. It's exhausting, but it's great because you definitely don't want to lose to a team right down the road because then it's hard to go to the gas station, the Mexican restaurant here in Gordo. It was pretty dominant by us. We gave up a 4th and 17 touchdown right there. I thought our offensive line dominated the game, and games are win, in the trenches, and our offensive coordinator, Corey Chapman, did a great job, and I'm proud of him, and, it was fun to watch.
That gas station gossip, man. You can't be at the low end of it.
You cannot be. And you know what? Gordo won't be. To a clash of waves, West Point and Tupelo. Opening drive, Jeremiah Harrell fakes the handoff, just takes it in himself.
Easy money.
The Golden Wave go up 7-0. Clear distinction there. 4th and 2, West Point. Chambliss pulls out a trick play. Quintarian Tillman Evans to KD. He flicks it to Jalen Cooper Wood. First down, Green Wave. Same drive, Tillman Evans on the keeper. He just walks on in. Tie game at 7. After that was like a 10-minute drive, John.
Man.
Just milked the clock.
That's
Tupelo
good
back
coaching.
with the ball. Harrell looking around. He's got nothing. Goes wheels up. Gets the first down, and he's going to slide. Got to be safe.
Sure.
No injuries.
Of course.
Golden Wave on the 1. Jaden Hill pushes through, makes it 13-7 Tupelo. Tupelo was up at the half, but West Point stormed on back 21-20.
Big time comeback victory. Starkville was all over Greenwood. this evening. I mean, the Yellow Jackets ended up winning it 49-6. Chris Jones and company proven how tough they are. Trey Petty, this kid committed to Illinois. He's pretty good. That's a big-time touchdown right there from Petty to Jaden Turnipseed. Starkville with a big win, 49-6.
Now let's get out to New Hope. They're hosting Columbus. Huge crowd. Reginald Wilkins going to gain a couple yards up the side. Then Falcons, Sean Williams with a huge running night throughout the game, sharing the carries with Wilkins.
Those nachos look good. I'm hungry.
I think I am too. Columbus makes it 14-0, 2-point conversion good, 16-0 with the Wilkins touchdown right there. Columbus wins it 23-0 for their first win of the season.
Big time for the Falcons, big time stuff. Let's get a score in here. Shout out Bert Sparks. His Saltillo Tigers ended up beating Water Valley 27-7. Well, now we'll go to another very high caliber game of the week caliber. If I, would be the judge of that.
Technically you are.
Yeah, Louisville and Houston. Jakevius Goss, how often are we going to talk about him? Look, he's going 2x speed on this kickoff return for a touchdown for over 90 yards. Just insane.
Are we sure Ronnie didn't put that in 2x speed?
I don't know. Look, if he was able to put 2x speed on just one individual person, then he's one of the best editors.
Yeah,
that
that's what
the
that
SIP
looks
has
like.
ever seen. Steele Brooks on the keeper there, 15-yard rush. Louisville's defense, Grace, they returned, I think, their entire D-line.
Yeah, and that's what Shorter's known for.
Yeah, their defense is always good. He coached a guy named Jeffrey Simmons once. I'm sure people around here have heard of him. And now Xavier Hunt to Kamarian triplet over the middle, 15-yard gain. Now Hunt again, speaking of great athletes, keeping it himself, 25 yards. And then Kendon Sanders, a 2-yard rushing TD. Grace, this game was all Louisville. They end up winning big time, 50-6.
Big Power Cat dub.
That's right.
Itawamba at Noxubee County. Let's do it. Both teams start out the half with a 3-and-out, but Noxubee County going to convert on 4th down with the pass to Quadrian Welch. Refs spotting the ball. Noxubee County facing another 4th down, and Camario Taylor converting again. Noxubee fans absolutely loving it.
He's fun to watch, man.
Camario Taylor's super fun, and even when he can't find a receiver, he can still find the end zone. Just does it himself.
Freak athlete.
Yeah, no biggie. Itawamba falls at Noxubee County, 14-39, the final.
Mooreville, the Troopers, trying to get to 6-0 on the season. That's right, that's no typo, and those unis are sick. Mooreville with the opening kick. Wyatt Daniels rolling out, avoiding the rush, gets it to Micah Edwards. Troopers, Grace, knocking on the door.
Who's going to answer it?
Well, McDaniels tackled at the 1-yard line, so I guess he does technically answer even though he doesn't get into the end zone. But 2 plays later, Mason Gillentine, who made the top 5 plays earlier this week with a 1-yard plunge, 7-0 Troopers. Here's the Seminoles' first series. Chandler Brunetti with a toss out to his right-hand man, Barker O'Brien. Short gain, Smithville had a punt. Troopers now win it 37-6. They are still undefeated. Unreal. What a start to the season for them. All right. North Pontotoc, South Pontotoc, the Vikings getting it done 35-17. Ripley topped Shannon 49-19. Senatobia beat New Albany 34-31. And Caledonia falling to Kosciuszko 42-28. If you think we're done here on Endzone, well, you're stupid because we are just getting started.
That's a little harsh.
It is, but Choctaw County was playing East Webster, That was probably a harsh football game with a lot of defense. Also, Hatley, TCPS, and French Camp visited Noxapater. All those highlights coming up next.
I know we were already at Tupelo, but this is last night. Amory hosting their own homecoming at Tupelo because Golden Wave gracious enough to host them. Braves with the ball first, playing Tishomingo County, and the quarterback picked off by Alan Dobbs. Amory with the pick 6 to start things off. There's the Panther. Tishomingo County back on offense, complete pass this time, but Trayson Crump forces the fumble. Lana Jones jumps on it. Panthers take it down to the 1, and Emmanuel Randall finishes it off. It's already 14-zip Panthers. Second quarter, Braden Moranto back to pass. He's got a wide open Ben Galt in the end zone. 13-yard touchdown, makes it 20-0 Amory. This was all Panthers. Amory gets the homecoming dub, 48-20, to improve to 6-0 on the season.
You take Amory with the points. There's
I
Daisy.
did. I love
did.
Daisy.
She's a rich puppy. All right, East Webster hosting Choctaw County.
She's so cute.
8-0 Chargers early. Caleb Warnock, an impressive throw and even better catch. Aldavion Hoskin hauls it in. 35-yard connection. Wolverines are in business. 4th and goal, though. Grace, when you're down and it's 4th and goal, you got to bring out the tricks.
Yeah. Got to go into the bag.
Exactly.
Pull out the
Bryson
tricks.
Johnson to his quarterback, Caleb Warnock. I don't know if that was quite the Philly special. It may have been. I don't really remember all the semantics of it, but it was a cool play.
It's the East Webster special.
There you go. Chargers would respond. Jeremiah Miller polishes off a nice drive with a 10-yard touchdown run, making it look easy. 15-7 Chargers. They got the ball back yet again. We haven't mentioned this guy, the 5-star number 11 ranked player in the nation, Caleb Cunningham, but making it look easy. Look, if there's any one-on-one situation, he's going to win.
Yeah.
Choctaw County was all over this one, winning it 44-20.
Did you want some more Thursday night football action?
I did. TNF.
Awesome. Okay, we got Mantachie hosting East Union. Will that do?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'll take it. You know I love to urge it up in the morning or the afternoon or the evening, whatever time of day it is.
Drew Holloman finds Riley Williams in the middle of the field. Urchins go up 7-0. Mustangs with the ball. Levi Ellis takes the handoff, sweeps to the left side, scampers down that sideline for the touchdown. Extra points no good, so it's still 7-6 Urchins. First quarter winding down, East Union handoff to Luke McVeigh up the middle. Breaks it in for the score, 13-6 East Union. Are we urchin it up?
We are. If there was a sound to make to do that, I would make it, but I don't know what it is.
Mustangs. Garrett Hopkins plunges in. They go for 2, and they take a 14-13 lead, but East Union takes command. Another run by McVeigh, and that made it 19-14. I don't know how many yards that was, but it looked like a lot. 19-14, the score there. Urchins get it back. Holloman sweeps the near side, takes it in. 2-point conversion is good. Scored on almost the exact same play again, so the Urchins go up big at the half, 35-14, and they win it 42-14.
Big time. Let's get to more scores for you here. Nettleton Aberdeen 47-26. Is this perhaps Endzone scoregami?
You're asking me a lot of questions tonight that I don't have the answers to.
I know. I feel like a detective. All right, Kossuth over Boonville.
That can't be
17-13.
scoregami. That's too typical.
No, too easy, yeah. Winona Charleston 48-26. Union topped Eupora 48-14. Belmont, Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk at Alcorn Central, beating them 26-20. I'm so sorry. Let's just go to highlights. I don't know how we even move on here. The TCPS Eagles hosting Hatley.
You did this to yourself.
I did. Score tied at 6. Here's Jonathan Scott. He had a nice run for the Eagles, okay? Brewer Bailey trying to find a receiver over the middle here, but it's intercepted. Gatlin Brownlee comes up with the big-time interception. Eagles back on offense, time expiring in the half. Bailey going deep, finding Logan Harbison for a first down. Big-time throw.
That's a lot more than a first down.
Yeah, and then Haley, again, rolling out and finds Jackson Aldridge. Nice over-the-shoulder grab, 13-6 TCPS at the half. And they end up beating Hatley 27-22. That was a good game up in Tupelo. A couple of great ones. The 2 Tupelo games decided by a total of 6 points.
Look at that math.
I know. I'm only good at math when I don't really need to do things important. Calhoun City beating Hamilton 40-14, and Bruce top Potsdam 46-25. Another potential scoregami. Who knows? All right, a little later in Endzone, a wild one in West Point between Winston Academy and Oak Hill. We'll have a big update from that. And a little later in the show, we will go back to West Alabama, Sulligent and South Lamar, while Aliceville hosted Central. Stay with us.
Welcome back into Endzone. John, what are we going to do? We're going to get to Knox Pater.
Yeah, Knox Pater.
Tigers hosting French Camp, third quarter. French Camp ahead 21-20. Logan Wright.
Dime alert.
Dime to Avery Summers. Puts on the speed. 53 yards to the house. Panthers lead 28-20. Knox Pater's turn now. Caden Carter finds Jacavius Riddle on an out route. Pass and catch. Riddle picks up a nice gain.
Big time.
About 8 yards.
Okay.
Later on, A.J. Robertson gets the handoff around the left end, and he loses the football. French Camp Silas Hodge all over that. Do we have a final score?
We do. Knox Pater won it
Amazing.
to 42. This was a track meet, 90 total points. My goodness.
Hope you had the over.
Let's go. I did not. Let's go out to Benton Academy, the Jackson area, hosting Myrtle. Big time play here by the Hawks early into the red zone, and then a field goal made them go up 3-0. Benton ended up fumbling.
Such a great moonshot.
I know.
I love
Fumbling
good
on the
moonshot.
first drive. We don't love the high snaps, but
No.
we like it if it favors one of our area teams. Myrtle
Always.
recovers it and then takes it into the second quarter. Benton blocks the field goal try, and Benton Academy ends up beating Myrtle
A lot of special teams.
21-15. Oh yeah, big time. You got to win in all three phases of the game.
You tell him, John.
Vardaman, Sweet Potatoes, shout out Cammy, or Cam Dyer out in West Alabama, but Vardaman, they were like, you know what, Cam's not here tonight. But
We got to win it for Cam.
We got to win it for Cam. We got to win it for Cammy. 49-0. All right, keep those scores rolling. Baldwin beat Walnut 33-12. Nanamoya topped McAdams 48-12. And Winston Academy beat Oak Hill 54-21. Calhoun beat Hebron Christian 42-6. Carroll Academy blanking Columbus Christian 18-0, and Winona Christian beating North Delta 14-12. We've got multiple West Alabama highlights coming your way after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome back into Endzone. We promised you West Alabama. We're giving you West Alabama.
That's right. Looks like
Sologent
USC.
at South Lamar, it does. But don't be confused. That's not Caleb Williams. That's actually senior running back Charles Neal, who gets a huge running play for the Stallions on the first drive. Crowd absolutely loving it. South Lamar, turnover on downs after a huge but just short drive from Michael Wilcox to go. They're turning it over. Sologent quarterback Brody Clark flips the pass to Hagen Gunn for a huge play. Gets in the end zone on the first drive. Andrew Lowe capitalizes to get the first touchdown of the game, plus the 2-point conversion. Sologent wins it 41-12.
Big numbers.
Huge.
Those Devils, man, let me tell you. All right, how about we go out to Aliceville? They're hosting Central. And Central quarterback Dave McNeil scrambles. He picks up 21 yards on the play. Man, tough one for the Jackets on that one. And then Central handing it off here to the freshman Anthony Dixon, who gets in for the touchdown to go up 14-zip. These Central fans, man, they traveled. They traveled well.
They're excited.
Marquise Thomas on the carry, and then he almost steps out at the 6. There's holding on the play, though. It would come back, and they would end this drive. You know what, Grace? The holding penalty, it didn't really look like it mattered much. They were backed up a bit because David McNeil made up for it. The gunslinger with the perfect dime to Christian Bishop. This was all Central, beating Aliceville 55-6. We got another West Alabama score. Lamar County, man, they are rolling past everyone as well, beating Berry 42-6. And when we return on Endzone, we'll have our teams of the night. Teams of the night. Grace, who you got?
I got to go with West Point. That was a dominant performance in a road environment, just really awesome.
Yeah, big time comeback win against a 7A powerhouse team like Tupelo, especially on the defensive end.
Good night.
TCPS getting a win over Hatley. The Eagles are going to be my team of the night. Thank you so much for watching us here on Endzone. We had a lot of great games, and we'll be sure to see you next week as well at 10 on WCBI and 11 here on the CW. We hope you have a fantastic weekend.
WCBI Sports Endzone Show is brought to you by Jax, Carl Hogan Toyota, Wade Incorporated, Southern Housing, and Clark Beverage Group.